February 22nd is going to be National Angel Family Day. On February 22nd, 2 years ago, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley went out for a run on a college campus in Georgia. Laken was viciously attacked, brutally beaten and murdered by an illegal alien gang member who the last administration heartlessly released into our country.
Wow. Remember that? It's hard to believe it's been 2 years. Joining me now to talk about this is Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, isn't it incredible how things have changed so dramatically in just the last year? 2 years ago this happened, when there were hundreds of people that were killed as a result directly, I mean, thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands if you think about fentanyl, but with wide open borders and letting the worst of the worst in the country, you ended up with this. People have forgotten. It didn't take that long for people to forget how important it is to have secure borders.
Indeed, and with President Trump in 1 year, the border crossings decreased 93%. And 622,000 of those criminal illegal aliens were deported from our country. And David, as you know, millions have self-deported. They've taken that cash payment, that free airline ticket, and they have gone home. They are going to the embassy and they're getting their paperwork in place. And at some point, they may choose to come back to the U.S. The important thing is President Donald Trump made a promise. He kept that promise. And our nation is safer for it. And how incredible for these families to be able to gather at the White House and to hear the president say, I'm setting aside a day of remembrance for your families, for your loved ones that were lost. And we had a Tennessee family, Wendy and DJ Corcoran, who lost their son, Pierce, to a drunk driver, illegal alien. And they were invited to be there today at the ceremony. And what a blessing on the lives of these moms and dads and siblings and husbands and wives who have experienced such pain.
Well, you know, there's this awful thing happening now in Mexico where cities are going up in flames as a result of the Mexican authorities working with the DEA and others here to kill a kingpin and to arrest some of his fellows. I mean, that's what could be happening here. That's what the president wants to prevent from coming here, right?
Indeed. And that is why it is so important that we continue to push forward good legislation. I've had about 13 bills this Congress that deal with illegal immigration. The CLEAR Act, some of those provisions were in the Laken Riley Act, the Report Act, the End Child Trafficking Act. We've got so many different pieces that would help make this country safer. You have Secretary Noem, who is working with ICE, that is a part of DHS, to make certain that all of these bad actors are going to be out of our communities and cities and states, and that we're going to be safer here. And indeed, making certain that we get a handle on this and remove these criminals, these gang members that have come across our border and are making our people and our country less safe.
Well, but we do have stronger borders now, almost impenetrable borders.
Yes, we do.
And we have this sense of patriotism. I don't know if you happen to see either the footage or the live shots of what happened with the hockey game yesterday, but that wonderful rendition of the national anthem, the wonderful talk about patriotism from the members. They came in today. I think we have video of them coming in from Italy. You only have about 20 or 30 seconds, but do you think that it's possible that perhaps because this country has turned around so much in the past year of Trump that maybe patriotism will come back in vogue? You only got about 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I fully believe patriotism is there. And I love the fact that patriotism and celebrating America, celebrating our goodness, wanting to be the nation where kids can dream big dreams and make those dreams come true, It is a good thing that that is what the American
I'll say.
people want. I see it in Tennessee every single day.
Well, God bless you for spreading the word. I think the word is getting out now.
You got
People
it.
would rather have patriotism than the nihilism of the left. Good to see you, Senator.